on, people. What exciting music there? What was that?
Rocky, make your pussy bully.
Hey, no. Alexa, whoa, skip. Welcome. We are gonna dance for the miserable people them today. Yeah.
Somewhere and go like them up in the car. Some of them a girl that just love me for money, you know. Some of them boy you just like up in the food. Later. Some of them drunk and love me, you know. And be patient, yeah, me feel them. Why we love running from people, me not rate them. Why me not love people, wish we could have built a house under the earth and still stay in the basement. Some girl love fast them, place them not no placement. So she needs to better me and tell her make a change then. As she gone, me get her as a girl easy replacement. From a little and a bro, you know me like me make statement. Oh, the vibe is so nice, yeah, we make statement. No, we are different species. Different species. Call me alien man. I'm the alien's name. You see apart from now, become me as a cat of game. 42.6 million points to go on Mars. And after that, me scared God's pain. People easy to tame. Me tough in the game. The one man call me brother, cause we are nice here. If you don't know the thing, can't find train. Let it see in my name. Some of you don't know the shit.
Hey, Shannon, do you want to dance now? No, we're live from the third, but no. Yeah. We still got another class. Make them really little bit there. Different species.
Some of them a girl that love me for money, you know. Some of them boy you just.
All right. Your big tune. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Some of them drunk.
Gotta pull it up to my favorite song, right? Alexa, play Drift.
What do you want me to play?
Drift.
Shuffling Drift and similar songs on Amazon Music.
How you doing, guys? What's your? I drink that. That don't matter. We can't bring you show that out.
I'm so happy I play.
Hey. All right, Alexa. Stop. Well, people. You can tell I'm in a great mood, can't you? Yes, I am in a good mood. Had a barbecue today. It was so good. I'm telling you. Bathe and wash my hair, because you know when there's barbecue, your whole everything synthetic just smells like smoke. But I'm here. And we are going to go down in a class now. So remember, rule number 1. Not put nobody name in the comments, because we're not getting no knowings over here. You understand me? No knowings. Make up a name. Come up with a different name with them never hear of yet, if you are going to drop a name. So we don't want to hear the regular names. Come up with something unique and interesting when we are dealing with the people them. Because today we're going to deal with the facts, misery, love, company. Misery loves company. And there are some people that are up and down social media and them life miserable. Nothing now going for them at all. So you know what them have to do? Them have to join up. Them have to click up. Them have to plan up. Them have to scheme up, because nothing now going for them. What color is my dress mostly? What color is? What color is? What color is? When you put the yellow at them in the comments, what color that? What color is that? Because you know, say, And mad them a mad out. Don't it? Mad them a mad out. Left, right, and center them a mad out. Because misery loves company. And them don't like to see people prosper. Them don't like to see people shine. And they will go out of their way to create all kind of false scenarios just so people for believe it. Let me tell you something. Something that I know. You see, when you're frustrated in your life and you can't achieve the things you want to achieve, you start to project. You project your bitterness and your misery outward. You start to project your misery outward because you know, say, there is nothing you can do in your life to improve it because you're full of bitterness, because you're stagnant in this world. And I'm telling you that when you get to that level of frustration, you become such an angry person because you start to blame everybody else except yourself. You start to blame everybody else except yourself. You understand me? And you see, when you do that, that means that you are the kind of person that will never accept accountability. And if you don't accept accountability, you will not grow. And if you don't grow, you know what you are? Stagnant. Stagnant. You're stuck. You can't go forward because you're busy looking at everybody else except looking at yourself. So because you know, say you're stuck now, and because you know, say you're stagnant, and we know the stagnant people on social media, you know. Big up yourself, Michelle Chin, you don't know. We know the stagnant people on social media, you know. We know them because you know what? There is no elevation. Every time we see them at the same thing. Them can't come with something new. Them can't come with something different. Them always after follow in the same kind of pattern. Them repetitive like a broken record. And because they can't come with nothing new, you know what them have to do next? Them have to join up with the other stagnant people. One whole heap of muddy water. One whole heap of stagnant water all over the place. But what we do with stagnant water? We walk around them, don't. What was the stagnant water? What we do? We avoid the stagnant water. We don't even cross the stagnant water because we don't want what them have catch we. We don't want a maggot. We don't want a maggot. We don't want any cockroach. We don't want no insect come near we. So what we do? We avoid the stagnant water. That's what we do. We go so. And we pinch with those. How would I smell the stink? Same shit's different name. I'm tired of them. We're tired of them. But you see, we have to forgive them in a way, you know, because you see, when you get to that stage in your life when you not have nothing going for you, you have to join up with a group of people in order to stand out or in order to have some kind of voice. Then your role is to always be at the bottom of the barrel. Always be at the bottom of the barrel. And you know what you're there for? You're there as a reminder that everybody else is doing fine. When them look at you in your misery and them look at you in your anger and them look at you in your bitterness, them say, thank God, me not stay so. Thank God, me have something going on in my life. Thank God, me have people who love me. Thank God, me not full of grudgefulness and covetousness and bitterness like that. So you keep doing your role and we will keep doing ours. You keep doing your role and everybody else will continue to shine. You keep being the junker them. You keep being the vultures. You keep being the vipers. And those of us who are above such behavior will continue to shine. Yes. Because misery loves company. And that is why some of them, when you see them go up on them page and then start, because all of the little miserable souls just gather underneath the post. All the miserable souls gather underneath the post. And they all start to wallow in misery together. And what the rest of us do, the rest of us just laugh. Because nothing that them a do a work. Nothing that they are doing is working. How can you keep doing the same thing over and over again? Get no results and still keep going. That is the true definition of stagnation. You are doing the same repetitive rubbish. You come out and you cuss and you talk about this person and you talk about all your business I feel and you talk about other people, and yet you're still not showing an example of where you can actually step out and rule and dominate in any industry at all. No, I've got to ask this question. Why is it that people feel it necessary for actually endorse somebody else who's miserable like that? Go and join somebody like that if them life no miserable too. You want to come out and tell people, say, oh, everything is going on for me. But yet, look at what is happening in your household. When you're busy, a point finger over this and a point finger over this, look what happened to your picnic them. Look what happened to your children them and them dip on the internet. You want to come out and go and like say it's no big deal when you're shame. We all know you're shame, you know, you're shame bad. We know you're shame. Why you not just tell people say you're shame? But there's nothing you can do about it. Because you well and know say everybody will laugh after you. Say you have to make yourself feel better. You have to make yourself look good. All this time when you were busy tearing down somebody else's child, you never know say something that gonna reach you. You never know say something that gonna reach you. You never know say your dirty linen that gonna fly out in a public too. You are busy defending each other. Why? Because there is nobody else that is defending you. Uno no notice say when everybody else they all over the place I don't know. Uno followers no run out for defend no. You don't notice that? You don't notice that you have no defenders anywhere. But the people that you guys insist on tearing down, everybody else will run out and a fight for them. Even when the person says stop it, they still do it. What does that tell you? You're not liked. Nobody not like you know. And that is a fact. Me not there for be liked, you know. You understand? If I get liked, it's wonderful. But if not as so, but me I tell you, say, me not needy like you know. I am not needy like you guys. And this is the thing. If you're so needy to be accepted, if you're so needy to be loved, at that time people run from you. That me I try to tell you. What is the now? Exactly, miserable said Jennifer, I am late. She not have no shame, could never. She would get off the net and bag her face long time. But you know what is the worst part of it? When they come out and they pretend as though in the past they did not do the same, if not worse. And these followers will never look at these people and say, but hold on, all I have to do is go on a YouTube search and I can see videos of you doing exactly the same thing. That's why I tell you that these people are stuck in their mentality. They are so what would I call it, conditioned into self-deceit, right? They believe their own lies on a day-to-day basis. Right? Them love talk about how, oh, they're tearing down my business. You are tearing down your business. Nobody is looking at your business. You may have one or two bloggers who come out here and say, don't go and buy nothing. I am not one of them. I don't business who want buy from you. I know say me not buy. You understand? I don't business who want buy from you. I know say me not buy. But if you have something going on in your life, you would not come out on a day-to-day basis and tear down one person like this. You wouldn't do it. And then what you're doing is by default, you're tearing down everybody else that is celebrating this one person. You are a vicious individual. Vicious individual. Vicious, bitter, backward, and definitely stagnant. Because if anything was going on for somebody like you, you would allow people and show everybody, say, listen, despite the fact that they're hating on me, look at what I've got going on for me. Despite the fact that they're hating on me, look at how many sales I'm making. But you can't do that because nothing is going in your camp. Remember, I can't nobody name. Hi, right? She have no shame, Kay. Let me see. Birds of a feather flock together. That is right. You understand? Birds of a feather do flock together. They do flock together. And we all know the truth. You're not flocking together because you have a common interest in terms of business. You're not flocking together because you want to celebrate each other as women. You are flocking together because you have the hatred in your heart for one person. You're flocking together because of enmity, because you're all planning and scheming and plotting for one person. And anybody with a sensible and logical mind can see through on a bowl. So why should you be celebrated when you have got this agenda and you like to pretend as though it is hidden when it is not hidden, it is blatantly obvious? Because before all of y'all hatred for this one person, you were not in each other's company. And that is a fact. In her head, man, I am no food, we're cooking so much misery. Can you imagine in her head, there is a cake war? There is no cake war. You hear how she come out and I talk about how, Kate, you're gonna come out with your whatever cakes. I'm not even gonna repeat the description because that's definitely bon you, man. Every time it's gearing up to that time for baking to take place. It must be all hurt her say certain people cake reach a Canada. It must hurt her so bad because we all know that you can't go to Canada. We all know that. But at the end of the day, you are setting out to attack left, right, and center. But what have you got going on for yourself? Now, I am not the kind of person that would tear down somebody who's doing great, but I don't see no greatness. Repetitive pictures from way back when. Not saying you don't have some new ones, but every time you boast about your success, it's old pictures. Old pictures coming to the fore. Because you have nothing else going on for you. You is a wicked, wicked somebody. Because to me, anybody will have any goodness in them hearts would not spend so much time on the destruction of somebody else. You are blaming somebody for tearing your business down, but you are not doing anything about it other than come on the media and moan. Say it's vengeance agenda. You come up, but you have this other person's back. This other person barely talk about you. This person where you are defend would have much rather talk about them cat than you. You don't see it. All the defend and the fight you fight for this person. Them would have rather talk about them puss than talk about you. You might get 1 or 2 lines and a death of the thing set. You busy run up in a people and people just do them own thing. Them acknowledge you, they might acknowledge one piece of the cake where they eat. But them now go out of them way and fight for you the way you are fighting for them because you are the sole one that is the most miserable. The most miserable. And so you're out there grabbing after company. The lady with the cat. I mean, no, say what if people not really in the lady with the cat because them pro the other lady. But me I got telling you this, me prefer the lady with the cat. Yes. Even with the whole falling out and the whole pasa and the whole everything, me still prefer the lady with the cat. The lady with the cat to me is a better person than you. And that is a fact. So true. But the person she is fighting against is a seasonal baker and has a whole year for her to bake, but instead she's busy fighting against others who are doing well business-wise. It is always the case when you have somebody who is incapable of self-assessment, self-reflection, and self-development. They project all of their misery and all of their bitterness on other people. They always look for people to blame. A typical abusive personality. And an abusive personality is somebody who chooses to push their abuse and the reasons for it onto other people. Notice I've come on here and I've not sworn once, and I don't plan to. I don't need to tell you about your clot. I don't need to go underneath you. I don't need to tell you about, call you all kind of name or compare to no female dogs. right? I can come out here, I can call you a miscreant. I can call you crass. I can say you're a cur. And for those of you who don't know what cur mean, that's a mangy dog. And that's purely on the basis of the behavior that you present on social media. It's like you can never be happy for anybody, excepting if they are on your agenda. Your main gripe is the fact that, oh, you may sound nice, but you are on that person's side. So the moment they're on that person's side, no matter what niceness them have, it no matter again, right? Because at the end of the day, the fact that they're on that person's side means that they're no longer valid. You are fighting a losing battle, and you will continue to fight a losing battle, right? Misery loves company. And I long for the day when everybody on social media, and I mean the bloggers, the other influencers, realize exactly how much of a bitter Betty that you actually are. And they step away from you and carry on doing their shows, because none of them need you, but you need everybody. And that is a fact. Me would I never buy from her, but I will never buy from the lady with the cat either, because she dabbles in witchcraft. And that is fair. They even went as far as to accuse Yui of fraud. Foolishness. She needs a distemper shot. Let me tell you something that I have noticed about this person. You see, when the heat is normally directed at other people and there is like people attacking and tearing them down and whatever, at that time they should post the most pretty picture and fly up about what our next product is about, right? And leave them for go and do them battling and then whatever, because you know what? She feels good. She feels a sense of comfort in herself that there are people who are fighting her fights. When that fight dies down, only just look on the cycle, you know. When that fight starts to die down, meaning that people say, "Sure, me I come off of the big forehead one, right? Me I come off of the big forehead one back now. Me I come off her back and me I start focus on something else." You see, the moment that happens, she rise up again, because nobody else is keeping it on the agenda. She's looking for people to fight her battles for her. You understand me? Because she knows it's taking a toll. She knows it's aging her. She knows it's making her look like an old woman's sore foot. She knows that, right? And because she knows that, she would rather just pass the battle on because it's draining her. But the moment they stop, she's like, no, nobody's cussing this woman. Nobody's talking about it. May have to come out again with something else. And if she can't cuss something specifically about that, she start dig up some things from way back when. And then if she can't do that, she start to reach out and attack the people who are around her, who never fought panar. And then she likes to talk about the fact that people are unintelligent and they're so illiterate, but yet you are incapable of expressing your point without using expletives. You are incapable because your vocabulary is limited and your mind is narrow and you are stagnant. And that is a fact. Right, let me see. She needs them that had a fallout with Link is why she gave a roof over her head now. Happy, busy having fun on TikTok and baking. Absolutely, and so they should be. And listen, at the end of the day, if because we all know that that particular baker in London, he is very business minded. As far as he's concerned, if there is no business to be made over Facebook, you're not and over here. So you don't blame him. Let the man do his thing. Let the man do his thing. Right? She's gonna go over there and nobody's going to gift her anything. Nobody's going to gift her. Guess what's in my cup? Nobody's going to gift her. You understand me? This woman, let me tell you, all around her, right? It is clear to me that this woman has a real problem with how she has parented her female children. And the problem with this is that she has raised them in a way that has made them resent their childhood. The only one that has no complaints is her son. And the reason for that is that she raised her son with a lot more love and she had the time to be around that person. So all that regret that she has in her parenting skills, right, means that she has a deficit of affection. She not had nobody around her. To say, mommy, come on, man, you're too pretty for that. You shouldn't be behaving like that. You should be more like a lady. There's no little girl looking up to mommy and saying how beautiful she is. None. None. All of them have twisted memories of her. And any woman who does not have the love of their daughter is not a balanced soul. And that is a fact. Classic example of a Virigo. She only has an accent. If you listen to her carefully, she's not highly educated. Highly educated, my backside. She's not. She's not highly educated. She is not. And a lot of people who are on social media claiming that they are highly educated are not highly educated. Are not highly educated. She's not the only one that claims it. They're not highly educated. Highly educated people now have no time to walk up and talk about their degrees. They haven't got time for that. And plus, it's evident in their very bearing, the way they carry themselves, the language they use, how they enunciate their English. It is clear that they are capable of public speaking. They are capable of showing their anger without the dirty bad word cussing. Now, let me tell you something. Me cuss bad word, you know. Me cuss bad word. When me ready, me cuss bad word. But you see, if I draw myself and say, you know something, whoa, I can still insult you. I can finish you with just the English language, with simple English language. And this woman is the lowest quality of human being I have ever come across. And my opinion of this lady will not change. That's why I said from the beginning of my blogging career, there is one person that I could never, under any circumstance, blog about in an unbiased way. Because the behavior that I saw this reptile, this insidious fool, the behavior I saw on display from the very beginning when I was completely unaffiliated and not celebrating anybody in particular on social media and just came across one of her lives, I said to myself, this individual is like vomit. And I would not give her a second look other than to use her as a topic. And even then, I won't even validate you by calling your name. I won't even regard you as putting you in a title because you are that insignificant, but yet you are worthy to be tarnished even further because that is all your agenda is, to go out there and seek company, to tear down one individual. So you see any beat and teach where you get on the internet, you are the one who fully deserves it. Any tears you cry, any pain you feel, you fully deserve it. Because you go out of your way to mess with people. And the very same people who are now in your corner because they have a similar agenda of tearing down one person, they themselves used to turn you out like a used and recycled prostitute. Yes. And the only reason why they're there is because misery loves company. That's the only reason why they're there. Misery loves company. No other reason whatsoever. You see, the moment they get pissed off with you or they've had enough of your nonsense, you are going to see their true emotions. Right, let me see. Good evening, guys. Please like up the live. Pick up yourself, Norma. Hey. Highly educated people don't go around telling everyone they're highly educated. Thank you very much. Now that is how you cuss someone without swear words. I'm taking notes. It's a whole joke. But let me tell you something, people. Make sure on the roll out in a yellow and the date is coming up. And I don't know if I'm gearing up, but me I gear up. You understand me? Because the yellow bus nah miss me. Remember, I tell you, the yellow bus not missing me. It hurt you so much that people were referring to the fact that your mental health is the reason for the drive that's coming up. I'm going to agree with you. Cheers. It is the reason. Because perhaps some people might want to pretend or sweep it under the bridge and put it aside and say, no, that's not why it was happening. Yes, it is. You came out in your envious spirit and you refer to somebody's house that they built through their own blood, sweat, and hard work and dedication. And you decided to ridicule that, something that you are yet to accomplish. You decided to ridicule that and refer to it to a child's song and call it a yellow bus. So and so in their yellow bus because you are so full of bile. So do you know what that person did? They made lemonade out of lemons. Yes. Cheers to Leggy for coming up with a name. And 99 ran with it. Yes, she did. And you know what? It was a whopping success. And that hurt you so much. It got to your gut so much that it's just added to your bitterness. Because what you thought would have been a tear down turned out to be a success. And it burned you. It burned you. And it will continue to burn you. Because people are going to continue to roll out, continue to support. And yes, we are blind, but guess what? We want to be blind. And what? Several people appreciate and celebrate that person. Highly educated, not so educated, in between. And it still hasn't changed. And yet you still can't let go of something so simple as somebody else's success or bonyo. Let it go. Let it go and focus on your craft. The baker in London already told you. Learn to master your craft. I'm still yet to see many going out with real petals. One or two. But generally you struggle. Go and learn how to do that. Master that. Many of us out here hustling and do what we have to do in order to make it. Some of us have got established careers. Some of us are self-employed bosses in our own rights. So when we see somebody doing excellently and excellently through hardship, instantly we are going to gravitate to such people because we know what it feels like. Because even though that person is doing great through hardship, they're doing great through hardship because they have a good soul. They have a good heart. And until we see otherwise, the support is always going to be there. But the bitterness and the darkness that you have in you, you will forever have people gracing your stage who are equally miserable because they've got nothing else going on. You will forever have them. Because stagnant water attracts stagnant water. But ask them to buy your products and see how few orders you end up with. Because them and an idiot neither. You are the biggest idiot on the stage, the biggest jester, the biggest fool on that stage. And they are simply there for the theatrics. And to watch you behave like an absolutely insane, unbalanced individual and chuckle under their breath in hypocritical fancy, because behind your back, they're on other pages, slandering and destroying you, tarnishing you because you deserve it. It's just that some people are afraid of swear words. Me, you swear at me, I look at you like defecation on the heel of my shoe. I won't even respond. No. You are the lowest of the low on social media. And it's nobody's fault but your own. I will never forget that live that you did in the dark. Never forget that live you did in the dark about that lady. You spoke about her intimate life in the most vulgar fashion. And this is how I know that you must have been one of those with the strap-ons in prison. Yes, because you behaved just like that. The one that we are hold on the fresh girl them. Yeah, I said it. Hold on there, let me read some comments. No, sir, the comment never run too fast. Hold on. One man debate, one man debate, you're done. Without fail. Hold on a minute. Hello, honey. Don't come in because you're gonna end up on the camera. Bye. Sorry, oh, my husband entered the room. Yes. So as I'm saying, people, I want us as followers, as other bloggers to be wise, okay? And I am calling out to those other bloggers who have platforms where you are busy endorsing this bitter, twisted individual. I am asking you all to wise up to her agenda, okay? Because she gravitates to anywhere that is tearing down this one person because of her own personal agenda. Don't fight her battles for her. She is looking for companionship. If you're fighting your own battle, I not for settle, no, just I'm not call certain people name because them have them personal issues where them are work through. Leave them, let them do that. But you see somebody who is going around the place being a magnet of negativity, jumping from pillar to post like a rolling stone that gathers no moss. That individual who is busy being a miscreant, a misery throughout social media. Yes, that individual has got a bitter personal agenda. And when you guys take it on board, just pay attention is all I'm asking you. When you guys take it on board and you start rip the woman where she hates so much, she backs off, she goes quiet, and she come out in a pretty clothes and pretty makeup and wig. And start fling up our business and start try rise while on a busy fighting our battles. When are you guys going to see it? It is a cycle. And when you guys go quiet, she come out and she ruffle more feathers and she start to talk about other people who are so much better than her. So much better than her by far. One particular lady whose status she was busy reading on her live, whose company she can't even grace. And that lady knows who she is. I'm not going to call her name. She knows I call her lady for a reason. Because I have been watching her for a long time. She may not even be aware. A long time. And I see the quality in that woman. And I know what she's capable of. Plus, my family is in the theater and entertainment business. So I know this woman is a quality individual. And you dare to even go there. And to come out with the worst kind of names because your vocabulary, once again, limited. Limited. You cannot call anybody uneducated. You cannot call anybody semi-literate or foolish or unintelligent with such a narrow discourse. You want to come out and talk about, oh, you are not a blessing blocker. You are not fighting against a young man. You are not trying to tear down somebody. But yet you will go out of your way with your idle, non-advanced self to Photoshop your individual body, I don't want to, I'm not going to body shame you, not today. Breaks. Photoshop yourself and put in a library in order to prove a non-point. Such a pathetic individual with very little to do. Little to do because your ambition is yay high, right down there. A sadder human being I've never seen. Right. True. Even the devil has this gang. I can't believe people really over there and agreeing with this lady. Exactly. This decent cutout needs to go viral. Listen, all I'm saying is, guys, you know, we are Jamaican people. Let's not fool ourselves. Whenever we get too angry, we will go to the cloth and the whatever. You know what I'm gonna say to you? Whenever you see head teacher can come out and she start chip bad word, it's because somebody she genuinely liked hurt her. Yeah. Yeah, Leggy, you. You understand? When somebody she genuinely like hurt her, then the bad word them are gonna just come because emotions. But you see, if it's not somebody, listen, let me tell you something. As in, if this person was erased, as though they never existed, I would feel no penance. I would feel no missing. I would feel no deja vu. Nothing. You understand me? It would not bother me one bit. Not that I wish her harm, but I'm saying she doesn't matter. She doesn't matter. And the reason why she doesn't matter to me is because her behavior is such that it creates a ripple effect of negative energy on social media that we do not wish to have. We do not wish to participate in. We don't wish to see or hear. But unfortunately, it keeps getting cut, it keeps getting spliced, it keeps getting put in our eyesight, and we have no choice but to encounter this miscreant every time we scroll. You understand me? And yet, whenever you click and you listen, it's the same regurgitated garbage, the same repetitive, melancholy, boring, nonsense argument over and over again. Because once again, stagnant. Another thing, loving company, seeking other miserable souls to jump on her pony and ride it over a precipice. Because that's where she'll lead, you know. Nowhere else. You understand me? Right, forgive him. That is his personality. I watch. Don't worry. Oh, watch weird. Oh, Leggie's back. I'm sorry. Leggie. I can never hate you. I'll be angry with you, but I can never hate you. But I'm telling you this, right? You see that woman? She is one of the most cruel individuals I have ever seen. And that's why her children suffer. That is why her children suffer. That's why her children suffer. That's why she is busy trying to grab at straws in order to develop her business, because her misery has taken over her creative energy. It has. It has taken over her creative energy. Her cakes look so samey. It's been the same cakes, the same style for God knows how long. No evolution. Let me tell you something, people. Never get yourself so worked up about another human being that you cannot progress in your own career and your own life. Never hate somebody so much that you cannot move forward. Never, ever do that. You will have some people in this life that will rub you the wrong way, and you don't have to like anybody. You don't have to like everybody. I have often told my followers, listen, you don't have to like 99, that's fine. But you have to respect what she does, because until you show me that somebody else is doing this or doing it better, then you have no grounds to stand on when it comes to her works. I'm not talking about her personality, because trust me, sometimes 99 upset me. As much as Marie is her up, sometimes she upset me, she and I me. Right? But you see the works what that woman do? I remember somebody had commented on one of my posts talking about, all this celebrating and whatever, and no say a certain kind of man down in the place she has support and blah blah blah. And I said, look at the garbage that this person. I didn't answer. I just deleted the comment because I don't allow any kind of nonsense to go on my page. But you know what I'm going to say? Look at how people are so fixated on the woman's personal life, be it true or false, so fixated on what is going on behind closed doors that they are missing the point. How many of your politicians, how many of your government officials are indulging in the most slackness? All kind of extramarital affairs, right? All kind of badmanism outside of office. How many of them? Let me tell you something. One politician that I will never forget. And I am not going to call her name. Kamina Able. But when I was a little girl growing up in Barbican, and I went up to my fence, right? I went up to my fence because there was a blockade in the road, and all of the road is blocked and people are protesting and whatever. And my friends who are on here, you guys have heard this story before. And this politician drove up in our vehicle with all of our security henchmen, and came out of that vehicle with a Uzi. And she said, oh no, clear the what's it not Clark Road no. And all these men just came and started moving the tires, moving everything quick and fast. And I said to myself, my God, big politician. And if I ever call that person name, on a shock. Some of you, but some of you know me attack. Let me tell you something. Does it deny that this person became one of the greatest politicians in Jamaican history? No. Nobody's perfect. And what I look at is the greatness of the things behind them, the greatness that they have achieved, the things that have been done that affect lives in a permanent way. No matter what happens, this person will go down in history. And even when they pass on to the other world, they will be forever iconized. They will be forever a mentor. They will be forever a role model. Etched in history in permanence. But when you go, a whole heap of people are going to say, thank God, in gone. We can't breathe now. What is going to be your legacy? What exactly is going to be your legacy? Please tell me. What will you pass on to your children when you are not on this earth? Several viral videos of you behaving like a rat. Several viral videos of you behaving like a virago. That is how you are going to be remembered. You are not going to be remembered as giving people laughs. You're not going to be remembered for your charity. You're not going to be remembered for your beauty, because those are a dime a flipping dozen. A dime a dozen. You won't be remembered for it. And you know, everybody else here on my live, I want you guys to remember this, that when you step out there and you're representing yourself, when your face comes out, when your whole persona steps in front of a camera, when you are in the public eye, always think, if I should pass at this very moment, what will I be remembered for? Will I be remembered as a blessing blocker? Will I be remembered as a bitter Betty? Will I be remembered as a miserable soul who loves company? Will I be remembered as worthless, non-ambitious, grudgeful, bad mind, covetous? Am I going to be remembered as somebody who was my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper? Am I going to be remembered as a good mother, a good father, a good friend? Ask yourself that question. Because these people without a conscience, these people who repeat the same mistake over and over again, erase it from digital memory, think that that erases their behavior from human memory. And it doesn't work like that. You cannot recreate a new persona for new followers, thinking that your historical evidence is dead, because it isn't. And those of us who have been there, done that, are fully aware of what you are wired to be. So should you, that bitter soul, that miserable soul who loves company, should you pass at this moment, many people would sigh relief. And that's quite sad. Her legacy would be a study in degradation. Yes, I will forever say it. However they behave on social media, they are the same way in real life. Nasty, vile, despicable beings. The lies being told about that lady are out of control, especially by the same lady. She seems obsessed with her. It is an obsession. It's an obsession about the fact that she is unable to get to her. So she's manipulating social media to sway her way and to think along the lines of manipulation that she's generating. So at the end of the day, when that whole thing came out, for example, with the London baker, I said the first place I heard it was over on that Bitter Betty's platform. She plants these seeds of discord left, right, and center, and she waits patiently like a wretched soul. She waits patiently for all of them to spurt, for all of them to grow, for somebody to latch on to it, for that seed to fall not between a crack, but on some kind of shallow ground, because it's never a deep and fertile ground. It is always a shallow ground it drop on, and it grow and it spurt for a while, it wither up and die. That's why she always has to rise up repeatedly when it goes quiet. Because no matter what, the fuel is not enough to keep them going. The ones who have kept going, they feel they genuinely have a fuel. I got nothing to say about them. And I know you guys know who I'm talking about. Me not touch over this. Left them. Leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Right? But you see the rest that they pull up 1 minute, next minute they drop off and whatever. It's not enough anger. It's not enough bitterness. None of them have enough hatred for the woman, because genuinely, deep down, them don't hate her. The only person that hates her is that individual. And that is a fact. The only person that hates her genuinely from the bottom of her toe points to the depth of her soul is that one woman. Not even the lady with the post them. She no hate her. Angry, yes. Probably on a vengeance thing, you know, whatever. But me, I tell you, no, said the lady with the cat no hate her. I know many would disagree with me, but me, I tell you, no, say she no hate her. I'm very good at analyzing people. Very good at analyzing individuals and knowing when somebody is deeply and truly evil. And that woman, have you never noticed how when she gets really angry, how her face twists and contorts and she starts to look like a demon? Have you never noticed how the lines just start coming across her nose here? And her eyes, almost as though they sink and around them get real black, like a possession. Have you never noticed that when somebody comes on her life and she starts cussing and whatever, because they've said something positive about the woman, how her voice almost changes like it's a legion of demons? That individual is coming from a place of hate. She is so consumed by it that should she see this lady in real life, she would try something fatal. That is how deep the hatred is. None of those other people that you see that's rallying around, claiming that they are in a camp with, would ever want to see that happen. They won't do it. But this one would. So when you guys are aligning yourself with such a duplicitous, double standard, wretched soul, somebody who cannot be trusted under any circumstance, when you wrap yourself around that person, you are absorbing her evil energy. And it is draining your prosperity and blocking your blessings. Just try it. Stop aligning yourself. Focus on other things. Don't buy out her arguments. Don't listen when she even defends you or speaks of you. Drown her out and see for yourself how all of a sudden so many more people start to follow. So many more people are interested in what you say. So many more people are entertained by you because you are not associated with that one, purely for one agenda, which is the fact that you're angry with that lady. Me not say I'm not angry with her, you know. Me not getting a una passa una business. But you see, when you see somebody who goes out of their way to recruit and to align for the purpose of hatred, that is one individual that is full of venom. And venom is poisonous. And poisonous means that it can be fatal for your future, for your prosperity, for your growth, for your happiness. Look at all the negativity that has gone your way since aligning with that person. All the comments that have been coming up and people attacking you guys. I'm speaking specifically to those bloggers. Step away and see. Honest to God, just try it. Right, let me see here now. You disagree. I know you would disagree with me about the one with the lady with the cat. But no, man, she not hate her. Trust me, she not hate her. Yes, she hates her with a vengeance. You think so? But why the lady with the cat comes out every day and said these tasteful things about her? Because she vexed her in her feelings. Her hate for 99 is like the character in the Scarlet Letter, who was consumed with hate for the man who slept with his wife. He ended up destroying himself. Yes, Phyllis. Oh my goodness, don't get me started on the Scarlet Letter, because that is one of my books, okay? But yes, very much like that. And you know, it's interesting because for those of us who are readers, we have seen these kind of self-destructive characters throughout history, and they always, without fail, consume themselves with hate until they are destroyed. They do it to themselves, okay? They do it to themselves. No amount of cosmetic surgery is going to hide your ugliness on the inside. No amount of pretty makeup, of pretty hair, pretty wigs, whatever is going to show, is going to stop people from seeing what is shown on the inside, because it keeps coming out. It seeps out through your pores. That it makes it hard for anybody to look at you and consider you to be a beautiful person. You may be pretty looking for the moment, but you are horrid. Your behavior is horrid. Who you are is horrid. And it's full time you get on with trying to develop yourself as a woman. If you have your personal dislike of the person, carry on disliking her, but stop trying to get people to join you, because it's not going to work. Most of the people that are on your page are simply there for the fanatics, just to see you spaz out. That's why they're there. They find you comical. Amen. Absolutely. Self-hate projected onto others. Yes. But anyway, guys, you don't know. Lord Jesus, funny time. Head Teacher K does not stay long. Thank you very much for attending my class. Please like up the live if you liked the argument, if you liked what was discussed, and stay tuned for more. But all I can say is remember to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to my channel. All right. Big up your nice, clean selves and have yourselves a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.